Every day you invite us to your home. Now we invite you to our homepage. Join Channels TV on social media. Hang out with us on Google Plus/Channels Television. Follow us on Twitter.com/Channels TV_NG. Friend us on Facebook.com/Channels Forum. And don't forget to like our page. That's not all. Subscribe to our YouTube channels, youtube.com/Channels Web, to get constant video updates on news and events in Nigeria and around the world. ChannelsTV.com, the news at your fingertips.
22 airports around the country, an industry that generates billions of naira, connecting millions for business and leisure, will put you through the paces and give you an insider's view on the aviation industry. Watch Aviation This Week only on Channels Television. Aviation This Week, keeping an eye on the aviation industry.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Politics Today on Channels Television. I'm Sheun Okin Baloye. It's a very eventful week for Nigeria as the eye of the nation and indeed the world is on the Nigerian government, its actions and inactions in the search for the abducted over 200 Chibok schoolgirls. Street protests are still ongoing and diplomatic talks are also not stopped as countries have shown interest in helping Nigeria find the girls. Beyond finding the schoolgirls, however, is the unsettling feeling about the state of insecurity in Nigeria, especially in the nation's northeast region. Nigeria's presidents, alongside 4 other West African leaders, gathered in France to talk about how to end the insurgency, which Nigeria's President Goodluck Jonathan believes has grown into a regional problem that must be tackled head-on. Another issue that may be bordering on the minds of Nigerians is that going on to the 6th month of a year and Nigeria has yet to pass its budget. This was a budget that was presented to the National Assembly by the Minister of Finance on behalf of the President in December of 2013. The National Assembly passed on for President's assent before the Easter break. Now, the President won't give assent to that budget because of what the Minister of Information referred to as distortions. Well, on the show tonight, I have a former presidential candidate who will be sharing his thoughts on these issues with us on the program and how Nigeria can get through with some of the challenges we currently face. But first, I have an economist and a public affairs analyst joining me from our Abuja studios, and he will be telling us more. Dr. Katch Ononuju is our guest from our Abuja studio. Thank you for joining us on Politics Today, Dr. Ononuju. Tell us, let's start with the nation's 2014 budget. What is your take on the fact that this is the 5th month of the year and Nigeria is yet to pass that budget? Tell us, what's your take about that and what do you feel about this situation that we are in?
Well, it's historical that we have had these problems. It has become part of the history that we have gone through the times of this transition. It's always been part of the Nigerian political play to delay the budget. Of course, today the reasons for that delay is publicly known to every Nigerian even before you could ask a question. Why? The delays are essentially caused by the discovery by the government of distortions in the original bill that it did send to the National Assembly. Of course, don't expect that this is an election year and politicians in the National Assembly will want to insert things that they believe will be to their advantage so that they will be able to make some money and then use that for the logistics needs of their intentions towards elections. So I believe this is the issue For me, it is a good thing for the country, because what the country has done, it has brought to purpose the ability to challenge these fraudulent distortions and insertions by members of the legislature. I think it's very good that what is legislated by the government is what is inserted, and what is also executed as budget is what the government
we just lost connection there with Dr. Katch Ononuju, but as soon as we are able to reach him, we'll get back to our Abuja studios. Well, let me just give you a sense of what has been happening with the Nigerian budget. The budget is yet to be passed, and we are in the 5th month of the year. The President presented that budget to the National Assembly through the coordinating Minister of Economy and Minister of Finance in December 19, 2013. Up to that time, till about April this year, the National Assembly sat on that budget. A lot of debate went on it, and at some point, just before the Easter break, the National Assembly sent the budget bill to the President for his assent. But later on, what we discovered in that particular budget was that lawmakers raised the figures from 4.642 trillion naira, which was the original estimate in the budget presented to the National Assembly, and it was raised to 4.695 trillion naira. Take a look at the difference. That's about 53 billion naira higher than the original estimate, and that's a very, very big contention in this particular matter. When the Minister of Information, Labaran Marco, addressed journalists last Wednesday after the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, he made a very strong reason why the presidential assent has not been put into the bill. He said there are rather some distortions in that particular bill, and that's why the president has not put his assent on that particular bill. And this is where we are today. We don't have a budget, but this appears to be something that happens. Even from 1999, we've seen this happen where budgets are presented either early or late, but late in the year, the budget is still not passed into law. What are the implications? And these are the things that we're going to be looking at on the program today. Well, I don't know if our guest from our Abuja studio has been able to reconnect with us, but some of the situation on hand is the implications. Where are we getting the monies that we're spending at the moment as a country, from the 1st month to the 5th month? Okay, let me allow you hear from the Minister of Information, Labaran Marco, exactly what he said, his own words on the issue of the budget and the reasons why it wasn't passed. Listen to the Minister for Information, Labaran Marco.
The Minister of Finance briefed us today at the Federal Executive Council relating to progress on the budget. It's very sad that we have entered virtually the middle of the year and we do not yet have a budget. This indeed is sad. The budget has taken so long in coming, and so practically we have less than 7 months to execute the rest of the budget, and we are doing everything possible to reconcile, a few differences that have emerged in what was transmitted to the government from the National Assembly. There are a few areas of distortions, and those areas that are very, very serious, and we think there is a need to look into them because of the negative impact those distortions may have on the implementation of the budget. We are relaying, there's a lot of conversation going on now between the Federal Minister of Finance and the National Assembly on those issues, and very shortly I believe that we should be able to reconcile those areas, and then the final budget will be announced to the nation by the President.